The Durawash 2300 is a panel washer. This is the control unit, your pumps and all your electrical controls. First, we would come over and flip the main breaker switch to on. Then so nobody can tamper with the machine unless you want them to, we have it keyed. For any kind of controls, just simply turn a key to the on position. Then you would come over to the switch here, which you can individually run one pump, the other pump, or both pumps, which during normal operations you would run both pumps all the time. Then you would come down and just simply press the start button. That turns the pumps on and turns the machine on so you can wash your panels. Anytime you wanted to stop it, you would hit just the stop button, or we also have an emergency stop for any kind of emergency situation that may arise. So it's a very neatly designed and very simplistic box. Nothing else involved in the box that is not necessary to be there, which limits all of your breakdowns and problems to a minimum. So once you have the machine up and running, then you'll use the pendant control, which can be brought from one side of the machine to the other, so that whichever guy operating the machine, like standing on the left or the right side of the machine. It's a very simple control. We have a start button, which operates the conveyor system to bring your panels through the machine and wash them and bring them out the other side. We have a simple stop button that stops the conveyor, and once again we have an emergency stop switch, which would shut down the conveyor as well as both of the pressure washer pumps, so it would shut the complete machine down. To speed your panels up or slow them down, we have a simple volume control style knob that you can speed your panels up from 12 linear feet per minute down to 4 linear feet per minute, depending on how dirty your panels are. We also have a handgun that you can wash the edge of your panels with, touch-ups or pre-soak. If you have other things you want to wash, you can use this pressure washing machine to wash whatever you find necessarily needs washing. It's very simply operated. It can be operated while the machine is running by a simple turn of a ball valve. Basically just steals a little bit of water from the bottom set of spray bars, and you can operate the gun at the same time the machine is running. This pressure washing system, you'd be able to run 8 handguns if you ever found the need, if you're not running the machine. So the operations of the machine in general is the spray bars, as they get pressure, the heads are angled, so just the water pressure itself makes these spin around very quickly, and these turbo nozzles will actually hammer the dirt off the panel. On the bottom we have fan nozzles, which operate roughly the same way. The water pressure pushes these around, so you get the spinning action as well as the fan of the water that's blowing the dirt off. As the panel comes through, these are washing the bottom. The top ones are washing the top of your panel, but you can also run your panels through upside down. If you have a very delicate surface on whatever style flooring you're trying to watch, the bottom set of spray bars are a little gentler on the surfaces. So if you were worried about having a little bit too much power, you could always wash the panels upside down to protect a nice painted or surface that you may have. As for the conveyor system, it's a very simplistic design. The very few working parts to prevent breakdowns, and even the bearings don't have moving parts in them. They are made of a special plastic that limit wear, and that also prevents maintenance and breakdowns. The whole conveyor system is variable speed, so you can turn the speeds up and down very easily, and everything's run off of a timing belt drive system, so that prevents slippage or any other mishaps that occur with a lot of other belt-driven systems. It's pretty much the best kind of drive system you can get. As for the guide system for the panels themselves, we are able to fit 52-inch wide material through the machine. Right now it's set up for 49-inch wide material because there's not much on the market that's wider than that. But it does have the capability to go up to 52 inches wide and as long as you want. The guide system is a smooth plastic, and once again, it's a rigid and simplistic to also limit breakdowns or maintenance. We also have a fully adjustable working surface. The jacks can level all four corners, so if you set it out and the ground is not level, you just simply turn up the jack or turn down the jack to level the machine, or change the working height depending on where your guys like to load them at. You have fork pockets, so you can move the machine around very easily with a forklift, and you don't have to worry about beating it up. The fork pockets are only on one side to prevent anybody from being able to lift it from the motor side, where they could hit the motor or gearbox or any equipment. So whenever you guys are putting panels in, you can put them in to about right here and they'll start self-feeding. Different panels are going to be different as far as how far you have to keep them in before they'll start to self-feed. When they're coming out, as soon as they get out past the edge of the dome, you can technically take them out. You don't have to wait for them to be all the way out here because the cleaning process is finished. You can actually pull them out and tip them up just a little bit, and it'll help the water drain back in here so you don't have so much staying on the floor whenever you stack it up. Then you can stack it, and then you come back over to the other side, grab another dirty one, stick it in about the same amount, and whenever it starts self-feeding, it gives you plenty of time to get to the exit side so that you can pull that panel out and stack it, and so on and so forth. And really, it's at that point a continuous operation, no gaps in between panels. So as far as your wastewater goes, everybody's going to have a little bit different situation. You might be able to park this thing right over top of a drain. Some people might have to pump it out of the building or out of the parking lot to get rid of it. So really, we have tank where we can collect it and pump it to wherever we want. You don't necessarily need the tank to collect your wastewater, or we could pipe it directly so there is no tank and you're piping it directly into a drain, sewer drain, or whichever drain you may have.